a question that I get asked a lot, and I usually get asked this in person, ironically, not online, but I've had a bunch of stylists say, where do you even get your information from? And I get it from cosmetic chemistry. In the beginning, when I first started researching like cosmetic chemists and cosmetic chemistry, I'm not gonna lie, I had a really hard time taking in the information because I didn't like what I was hearing. I simply didn't like it. And it took me a really long time to warm up to it. It took me until I took a coloring class called Freaks and Geeks. It was a 4-day class. It was a certification class. And in that class, they went over, of course, hair color, right? But they also went over products and supporting ingredients. And when they did that, all of the information that originally offended me from the cosmetic chemist, it all clicked. And it was like all of these light bulbs were going off in my head all at once. I suddenly understood it all. It was a wild experience. And once that happened, it really opened my mind. And I doubled down on researching even further. And I didn't like go into Google and, put in like, why are sulfates good or why are sulfates bad, right? I started getting very specific about my searches. And I was also using the sources that the cosmetic chemists provide. And I was able to back up everything that I had learned from them in those sources because the science community shows up with receipts, okay? And I have some of my favorite resources for information listed on my website. I don't have it all, but I do have some of it. So if you want a shortcut, you can go to my website, which is translating the label, but actually leave out the L. So it's translating the label. And go to the resource hub. And on there, you can get a jump start. Now, you don't just need to take my word for it. Like, use that as a jumping off point. I promise you, when you start looking into that, you will find other resources within my resources. But I am going to give you a warning that this rabbit hole is quite deep. I'm not even sure I'm a third of the way through it. I'm pretty positive I'm not. So just know, if you're truly curious, this is a very, very deep rabbit hole to jump down. And I have been slowly venturing down for years.